and welcome to Rehab Xpanded with myself, Tara Tineka. In today's episode, we're going to go over 6 ankle strengthening exercises to ensure that you avoid ankle sprains. So when you're ready, join me on the mat. First things first, we're going to take off our shoes. It's super important that when you are training your ankles, you want to be barefoot. Starting with our double leg eccentric calf raises. So for this exercise, you want to come up high onto the balls of the toes and then slowly release the heels back down to the ground. The slower you can control the motion down, the better this exercise will be for strengthening your ankles. Make sure that you have all your toes in contact with the ground throughout the entire exercise and keep a slight bend in your knees. Standing on one leg, you're going to keep a slight bend in the standing leg, making sure that that knee doesn't come over the toes. We're going to go for our 4-point star tap. So starting by tapping the leg out in front, followed by to the side, and then behind, and then all the way to the opposite side, making sure that your leg crosses behind your knee and not in front of it. For this exercise, you really want to make sure that the knee doesn't come over the toes during any of the 4-point taps, keeping the weight in the heel and keeping all of the 5 toes engaged on the floor. This exercise is great for strengthening those ankle stabilizers. Just make sure when you're doing this exercise that you are tapping the foot to each point and not planting the foot on the ground. Coming into our single leg quarter squat, we're going to keep the weight again in the heel of the foot as with the previous exercise. Keep all toes in contact with the ground and don't let that knee come over the toe. You want to sit the hips back and go into a quarter squat. So we're not squatting all the way down, but we are forcing those ankle stabilizers to keep us in a nice straight line. Make sure that your hips are square and make sure that you're engaging the glutes. Again, standing on one leg, we're going to go with our single leg abductions. So what the abductions are doing are creating perturbations, which is movement, forcing that ankle stabilizer to work from the opposite side. Our single leg T balance, we're going to slightly bend that standing leg again, keeping the weight majority on the heels. Extend the opposite leg back as far as you can, keeping a nice straight line from your ankle all the way to the top of your head. You're going to keep this position for about 30 seconds and try and stay as still as possible. So standing on an unstable surface is imperative for working your proprioception, which is your balance and your senses. So for this exercise, I'm using a yoga block. You can use a pillow, you can use a folded up towel, you can use a Bosu ball, anything that's going to create an unstable surface for your stabilizers to work even harder. For this one, we're going to come up into a stalk stand. So you're going to bring the opposite leg up as high as you can and balance for 30 seconds. Our final exercise for our ankle stabilizers is our single leg step up on an unstable surface. So again, you can use anything that you used in the previous exercise. We're going to come up into a semi stand up on that unstable surface. So we're working our coordination, we are working our proprioception, our balance, our ankle stabilizers, and this is really going to help to improve the strength in our ankles and avoid injury in the future. Make sure that you're moving slow and controlled and you shouldn't feel the pain anywhere. Alright guys, that is the end of today's rehab session to strengthen the ankles. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.